So I just got done doing a 5-day dry fast where I ate nothing and consumed no liquids at all, zero, no water. I didn't even take a shower except for the first day. I know, stinky, I get it. But I just wanted to share my experience with you, just to let you know how those last 5 days went. I'm gonna give you some pros, I'm gonna give you some cons, and just some of the reasons why I did it. But one of the reasons why I do it is to heal myself, is because I don't want to leave this earth earlier than I should because I'm addicted to certain foods and I can't let certain foods go. So that was the reason. I'm tired of losing my aunts, my uncles, my nieces, my nephews, all of the people that I love because we simply are just addicted to certain foods and we can't let them go. So anyway, with that said, I'm gonna jump straight into my notes. First thing I'm going to tell you what is a dry fast. For some of you who don't know, or for those who may know, regardless, I'm going to tell you what it is. A dry fast, you got two types of dry fast. You got a soft and a hard. A soft dry fast is when you take a shower, you brush your teeth, you wash your hands. When you get into contact with water, you run outside when it's raining. That is a soft dry fast. When you, again, you don't eat or drink any liquids at all for X number of days. A hard dry fast is when you touch no water. It could be raining outside. You wouldn't go outside because you don't even want water to touch your skin because you can absorb it and you can get hydrated just by letting the water touch your skin. A hard dry fast, again, is where you consume nothing. You don't get in the shower. You don't brush your teeth. You don't wash your hands. I don't even know how you. If, I did kind of a semi in the middle because if I went to the bathroom, I definitely washed my hands. So, but I did not take a shower and I did brush my teeth. But every other day because I was trying to do more of a hard dry fast. But that's the difference between a hard dry fast and a soft dry fast. And again, I did 5 days of no food, no water, no nothing. So I got pros, I got cons, and I got a little bit of some healing pains, as you would some of people will call it. Anyway, but before I do that, I want to get into the fasting timeline. Between 12 to 14 hours, your body will have been completely digested all of the food that you consumed the day before. Again, a lot of this information that I did get was from YouTube, Google. I tried to watch some lectures. So take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Again, this is not medical advice. This is just my own experience. Again, between 12 to 14 hours, your body will have completely digested all of the food from the previous day that you consumed. So from 16 to 17 hours, your body's going to be ramping up on autophagy, which is going to be cleaning out all of those damaged and dead cells, which is actually going to give you energy. That's where the energy comes from when you're trying to figure out, like, why do I got energy and I haven't been eating? For those who have done a dry fast, you know exactly what I mean. Now we're in 20 hours into the fast. When you're 20 hours into the fast, ketosis accelerates. Your body is burning fat for fuel, not dietary fat, but your own body fat lowers inflammation. Did I read your own body fat? Yes, and lowers inflammation. So lowering inflammation is going to be excellent because if you got any hip, knee, inflammation in the head, anywhere in the body at 20 hours, this is where it's going to accelerate so you can drop that inflammation. So at 24 hours, I congratulate you because if you made it this far without consuming any food, that's absolutely excellent if you're on a journey like me. So with that being said, at 24 hours, your body starts to activate internal stem cells. If you're bloated after eating, acid reflux, your internal stem cells start to repair themselves, surge in human growth hormones, simply healing and repairing. So at this point, you're simply healing and repairing. So we're still at the 24-hour mark. So we're not done. At also to add on to the 24-hour mark, HGH kicks in, burns fat, anti-aging, build the muscle. Celebrities pay doctors for this procedure to get done. So what happens to men when they are at the 24-hour mark? They get a 2,000% increase in HGH, which is incredible, which is a lot when you think about it. And for women, it's a 13% increase for women at this point. So going back to what celebrities pay for at this point, they pay thousands of dollars for some of the research that I've done just to get these intestinal stem cells injected into them on a weekly basis. But the downside of it is if you keep getting these injections on a weekly basis, your body will stop producing them. So yeah, there's a downside to that. But anyway, that's at the 24-hour mark. Great job if you made it that far. I'm sure at this point you're probably going crazy. You might be a little crazy to go 30 hours with no food, or unless you're trying to heal yourself like me. With that being said, you activate something called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factors. This is basically fertilizer for the brain. This helps the brain produce more of those things that I talked about just previously. Those stem cells also, it helps with being able to commute. Well, yeah, commute with the other part of the brain, communicate with the other side of the brain a lot better. It's almost like the communication is better. You might have went from Cricket to Verizon. You get what I'm saying? You feel me? So your communication now is going to be better between your brain. Them neurons are going to be firing a lot faster when you get to this 30-hour mark of BDNF. Congratulations. You made it this far. So now we are at the 36-hour mark. You're almost 2 full days in of consuming no food with no liquid. Clarity has completely set in. If you feel like you're sharper, you are definitely sharper at this point because it set in a little bit before that 36-hour mark. So clarity should be really at that point. Also, 36 hours, this is the point when you start really burning fat. Now, I'm not telling you to stop eating so that you can lose fat. That is a way that you can do it because you could be consuming too much food at one time and it's setting because in a Western society, which I live in, we do consume too much food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So, with that being said, 36 hours where you really see the accelerated fat loss at this point. And again, congratulations if you made it this far, 36 hours, you're almost 2 days of no food, consuming nothing. 48 hours, you made it 2 full days of no food. Incredible. Now, I'm not congratulating you because you stopped eating. I'm congratulating you because if you're doing a fast like me, more than likely you're trying to heal yourself. And for that, you deserve an applause. 48 hours, you're at the apex of the fast. So I want to give you just a little bit of background on what I went through over the last 5 days of eating nothing and consuming no liquids. Over the last couple of days, I've had experienced weight loss. I can't tell you if I experienced cell rejuvenation, but I'm sure that that's what they said that I was going through. So I'm sure my body went through that. Increased healing time, gut health benefits, autophagy boost, enhanced mental clarity definitely happened. Reduced inflammation, hormone balance, skin, anti-aging benefits, increased levels of energy, spiritual and psychological benefits. I think and I would like to believe that I went through all of those ups, downs, emotions. Literally, I was like a roller coaster over the last 5 days. I did not need to go to an amusement park because I was all over the place. But those were some of the benefits. Now let me give you some of the cons or maybe healing pains that you may go through. So wherever you feel pain is, that's where the healing is going to be. I know that might sound crazy because it's like if your pain isn't that something that might be broke, need to be fixed. Well, yes, it does need to be fixed, and that's why your body is starting to repair it. And whenever your body or your car is in a body shop, it's not going to look the greatest when it's getting fixed until the process is done. And it's the same thing when you're working on your insides. You need to go through this process of healing, and you're going to go through something called pain. So just be aware of that. Your mind is going to be playing tricks on you. This whole time, you're going to think that you want to quit. You should stop. Why am I doing this? I'm not eating. I'm not having any fun. But that's just your mind just playing games on you. Don't stand up too quick because you can get dizzy and you can fall out. I do not want you to fall out. So be careful when you stand up too fast. Dreams are going to be so vivid. It's almost going to feel like you can talk to God, which is a great thing because maybe you can get some insight or you could talk to your future self and tell this self to make better decisions. That's not really a con. If you're scared of your dreams, then that would be one. But for me, it wasn't. Don't work out. Do light walks because if you do a light walk, that's okay. You don't want to build up too much lactic acid because then that's more work that your body got to do in order to get that acid out that you just got in when it's trying to get all the bad stuff that you put in before. If that makes any sense. You could be irritable. Be careful who you hang around because you might be a little irritable because you don't want to be around people. They might be eating. You don't want to eat, and you could just get ticked off. So be careful. Don't be around people who are eating so that you don't have to be putting yourself in that type of situation so that you can get mad. You feel what I'm saying? The next one is going to be deep breathing. This is more of a pro. Deep inhale, exhale is really going to calm your nerves down and make you feel a lot better. Whenever I do that, I would actually have to go pee because I'm inhaling oxygen, which turns into water into the body. Because I'm not going to get into the science of it. Your pee is going to be a different color. If it's normally like a yellow, tintish color, it's going to be a dark amber color. So don't be alarmed. That's just your body eliminating the bad waste out. And how to break your fast. It's really important that you break your fast the right way. So if I were you, I would break it with water, light fruits for the first day or two, then a salad. Then if you do consume some type of meat, then I probably wouldn't do that until after a couple of days, depending on how long you were on the fast for. Like I said, I just want to thank you for watching this video. If you like the content, please subscribe. Give it a thumbs up. If you found it to be valuable to you, hit the bell for more notifications so that when I drop a new video, you'll be the first to know. till next time, till I do my next fast or my next grape cleanse or watermelon cleanse or any type of healing cleanse that I may go through, I hope that you watch that video as well. Till next time. Peace.